It was a typically hot and humid August day shaping up in Tokyo for Thursday morning's first action of the week's Olympic qualification event. With the transition area that snakes around Tokyo Bay, measures were in place to ensure water quality, but with temperatures forecast to rise further, ITU rules meant that the 10-kilometre run would be shortened to 5 kilometres. On the start list for the first time since last year's WTS Hamburg, two-time world champion Flora Duffy was excited to be back in action, albeit uncertain of her race form and starting at an unaccustomed number 55 on the list. Olympic qualification was on the cards for athletes from several national federations, including the USA, Germany and Austria. Rio 2016 bronze medalist Vicky Holland also well placed for selection if she took the gold. Wearing the number 1, Katie Zaferes was among the Americans hoping to seal the deal a year out from the Games, while Duffy was in the enviable position of a pressure-free race to test out both herself and the Olympic course.
On your marks.
Starting with 2 laps of Tokyo Bay, Jess Learmonth soon clicked into her usual fluid stroke and opened up a decent advantage after 750 metres. Diving back in at the halfway mark with daylight ahead of Brazil's Vitória Lopes and USA's Summer Rappaport. By the end of the swim, Learmonth had stretched her advantage to 10 seconds over Rappaport and Zaferes, Lopes and Netherlands' Maya Kingma right on their shoulders. With significant daylight behind her, Learmonth looked comfortable out on her own on the bike, while Zaferes was also solo in second. With Flora Duffy clearly revelling in her return and powering the chase pack forward, however, it wouldn't be long before Zaferes was caught. Then Learmonth's time was up by the end of lap 2, Alice Beto and Georgia Taylor-Brown among the strong riders now sharing the lead. A coming together between Zaferes and Kirsten Kasper saw the end of the number 1's race, Kasper able to get back on and try to gain some ground and close in on Rappaport and South African Simone Ackerman, who had fallen off the lead group. A strong group of riders including Taylor Knibb, Vicky Holland and Sophie Coldwell caught them but remained a minute and 40 seconds off the pace at the bell, leaving Duffy, Taylor, Spivey, Maya Kingma, Alice Beto, Vitória Lopes, Georgia Taylor-Brown and Jess Learmonth to cruise into T2 without danger. Duffy's lightning-fast transition saw her out first, and once she was joined by the 2 Brits, the trio pressed on together for the opening stage of the run, Spivey, Lopes and Beto already losing touch. For the chase pack, the 5-kilometre run didn't look like being enough time to close down the leaders, but Holland and Rappaport would back themselves on the run. Flora Duffy then fell away from Learmonth and Taylor-Brown, but never let them out of her sight, despite a lack of race practice. The British training partners were stride for stride over the final kilometre, but as they held hands to cross the line together, that violation of ITU rules saw them disqualified. Duffy assuming the gold, Alice Beto the silver, and guaranteeing her place at Tokyo 2020, with Vicky Holland the bronze.
Yeah, this was my first race in over a year, so there was a lot of cobwebs to blow out. I felt very rusty out there. It was hard from the start for me. I haven't done this intensity, as I said, in over a year, but I'm just happy to be back. There was a lot of times this past year I didn't think I would be back. I didn't think I would run again. I didn't think I'd ever be back at the pointy end of the race. So to be perfectly honest, this is best case scenario. I loved the course. It was just great to race out there with the girls again and just feel like myself.
Every lap, I thought, think about just one lap, and then step by step, because the race was very long, because the temperature was high. So if you think about the temperature, you don't finish the race. So you have to think step by step, and I did it.
It was a bit of a mixed bag for me today. I had a sort of pretty good start to the swim, but wasn't really pleased with the way I kind of dealt with the second lap. I think I lost a bit of time, and I didn't feel too good in the water today. Came out just out of touch with that front pack, and never really got back in touch with the front pack on the bike. Onto the run, and I started to find myself towards the end of that first lap, and I was gaining on people. I took a couple of places back, came in with 5th place, and I guess I was sort of half satisfied with that, but felt like I could have done better, and had we had the full Olympic distance, I think I might have been able to pick off 1 or 2 more places.